Hi everybody, Bunny Berry here, 100-day raffle challenge. And today we're back on cutting board cam. I am going to try to make my own version of the brownies that the Birthday Fairy sent me. I'll post the recipe that the Birthday Fairy for the Birthday Fairy's brownies, but I don't have any walnuts. I don't normally buy walnuts because walnuts tend to make me retain water. So I'm making something totally different. So these are going to be Bunny's Birthday Fairy brownies. We'll see how they turn out. Come with me. Okay, for our brownies, I am going to be mixing a couple of different types of nuts and seeds in order to make something that's equivalent to a walnut. I tried a couple of flavor combinations out together, and the ones that I liked best were pine nut, sesame seed, and pumpkin seeds. Seeds tend to not make me retain water as much, so I do usually use more seeds than nuts. So for this recipe, I am using 1/3 of a cup of pine nuts, 1/3 of a cup of sunflower seeds, 1/3 of a cup of pumpkin seeds, about a cup of dates, and of course you want to take the pits out. I'm going to put a little bit of that yummy vanilla powder in it. Of course, the cacao. And I'm actually going to superfood it up a little bit with just a tablespoon of bee pollen. Because the bee pollen is actually, believe it or not, it's really sweet. So if you eat it, I mean, it tastes like the honey. So I'm going to add a little bit of that to it and just see what happens. So all of these things that I've shown you, the nuts, the seeds, and the dates need to be soaked. So I've actually been soaking them. And so let's go ahead and get them into the food processor and see what we can do. Here we go. I have my Cuisinart here, my food processor, with the normal spinning blade, and I am going to put in the soaked nuts. Oop, sorry about that. I've got all of my dates and nuts and seeds soaked, so I'm just going to put those into the food processor. Like that. And then, like I said, I'm going to add a little bit of bee pollen. Kooky. I am not afraid. And 1/4 of a cup of cacao powder. And in every dessert, I do like to add just a tiny bit of salt, because I think it enhances. Ooh, gosh, shaky. This is some shaky cam. It enhances the flavor. So let's go ahead and get that started. Okay, added about a tablespoon of water, and I also am going to shake in some of that vanilla powder. And I'm also going to take my food processor spatula and kind of redistribute the goods in the processor. Oh yeah, looks like it's starting to get the right consistency, and we're going to blend it again. See, adding that little bit of water really helped to get the rest of my nuts nice and chunked up. And I can pinch it together and it kind of stays together, you know, sticks. That's the consistency we want. Tastes yummy. So now what I'm going to do is form these into little brownie bites and stick them into the freezer. Now I have my brownie mixed, and I have something that I'm going to freeze them on, which is just a cutting board, a plastic cutting board. And I know myself really well, so I know that making the smallest little bites, little brownie bites, is going to work best for me, because if not, if I make big brownies, I will overindulge in them. So I'm just making little tiny spoonful bites, brownie bites. Scoop them right out and onto my tray there. And then I'm going to freeze them until they're nice and firm. Once they're frozen, I can put them into a package all together once they've flash frozen. And then I can pull them out one at a time and have a little brownie bite. And I like to have it with a nut milk as a little snack. Cacao doesn't seem to keep me up in the evenings. I'm lucky, I guess, like that. So sometimes if I want a sweet snack before bed, I can do a little brownie bite and a cup of nut milk. And I know you're not supposed to eat before you go to bed, but, you know, I break every rule of every kind of program, lifestyle program, so, you know, I'm not the perfect person. Far from it. Lots of these little puppies. So, I'm going to put these in the freezer and let them get flash frozen and stick them all into an airtight container. They are so good. I'm eating the batter as I go. So, Bunny Berry's Bee Pollen Brownie Bites. Enjoy.